Okay, welcome in. Just a day behind, so might as well get caught up. So on Thursday, February 20th, we did have the National Face-Off Championship in the Four Nations Face-Off. Sounded strange saying that word twice in the same sentence. Anyway, so we had Team Canada and Team USA, which I believe a lot of people were hoping to get, an old uh, rivalry, which was honestly one-sided whenever it kind of came to championship games or gold medal games. Heading into this matchup, Canada did have a 3-1 edge in that category, and the last time the USA defeated Canada was back in 1996 when they had the World Cup, third almost 3 decades ago. So this game did take place in the States. There were clearly some fans cheering on the USA, and being in Boston, of course, they had the home ice advantage since they were the number one seed in the standings after the Four Nations tournament was over. So Nathan MacKinnon would kick things off for Team Canada, getting his fourth goal of the tournament, assisted by Harley and Sam Reinhart. Now I'm going to take a gamble and see if I can play the clip, and hopefully that there's no advertisements that pop up.
Gold medal winner of the Olympics with Canada, 2010 and 2014. Harley for MacKinnon, trying to weave, he scores!
So it was a little blurry, but at least you can still see a slight highlight from that. Late in the first period, Brady Tkachuk would tie the game up at 1. Get this tablet to stay still, so I do apologize that it's going back and forth. See if I can just keep it stayed just like that. Maybe. So for Brady, that'd be his third goal of the tournament, assisted by Austin Matthews. And that goal happened with 3 minutes and 8 seconds to go in the first.
Center ice face off. And back on it, Caves. Now a wraparound by Matthews, and they score!
And of course, there's an advertisement. What else is new? Okay, so in the second period, Jake Sanderson would get his first goal of the tournament, assisted by Austin Matthews, who had 2 assists in this game. He had 3 overall in the tournament, and Zach Werenski, who I believe led the team in assists with 6. So that would give Team USA a 2-1 lead. Excuse me, 7:32 of the second period.
It scored it out to Larkin, and back to his good buddy Werenski. Right on net. Rebound, Matthews trying to pass. They score!
So yet again, another advertisement. I do apologize for that. There was no scoring the rest of the second period or in the third period. We would need overtime to settle this championship game. And I mean, it doesn't get more dramatic than an overtime goal. And leave it. Actually, I apologize. The USA had a 2-1 lead at that point. That's my bad. With 6 minutes remaining in the second, Sam Bennett would get his first goal of the tournament from Mitch Marner, tying the game up at 2.
Thrilled to be united again with the New York Rangers and Mitch Marner. High slot down low, and Marner scores!
So that would give, like I said, Team Canada their second goal of the game. Now I can say with confidence there was no scoring the rest of the second or the third. We would need overtime to settle this one. And just like Crosby did in 2010 against USA, it's almost like he was handing the torch to Connor McDavid. He would get the game-winning goal, his third of the tournament, from Mitch Marner, who had 2 assists in the game, and Cale Makar, 8:18 of the overtime frame.
Henry pass, McDavid scores! Connor McDavid wins it for Canada!
So a huge goal for Connor McDavid. I am willing to say that this, no doubt, was his biggest goal to date. Yes, he's had a few big goals with his tenure with the Oilers, but it'd be different if he scored like the game-winning goal of last year's Stanley Cup final. Then you could say this is right around there. But because his team unfortunately lost, I would have to say this was his best goal to date. And I guess the only way it could get any bigger than this is if he won it for Team Canada at next year's Olympics, or if they're able to get if he's able to get his Oilers back to the Stanley Cup final, then and get a game-winning goal, then I'd say that would probably be just as big, if not bigger, than the win that he scored. But for being on international territory, that's again is definitely his biggest goal to date. It was a fantastic mini tournament. It was too bad they didn't have more teams. If maybe they had 8 teams, it could have been a little bit more interesting because with 4 teams, you're only guaranteed to play 3 and then 1 game for the championship. So if we had more teams, it could have been more interesting. With that being said, though, I'm very aware that there are some GMs that weren't too crazy about this tournament because if somebody happened to get hurt, aka Charlie McAvoy of Team USA, now because he's hurt, that could possibly affect him moving forward with the Bruins. And I'm sure there are other injuries as well. So it's a huge gamble, but it's also, I'm sure, a huge reward to be able to play for your flag, respectively. All right, that's going to take care of the Four Nations Championship face off. As always, if you're new to this channel and you like this type of content, feel free to hit the sub button. I'd be very grateful and very appreciative as well. Until next time, and as always, take care.